So if it's not already clear to you, let me state the obvious. Relationships are fundamental to everything we do in our working lives and most of what we do beyond. None of us is an island. None of us can survive alone. We might see ourselves as valuing autonomy, as thriving in autonomy. Even when we're in an independent, autonomous role in work, we are dependent on others, up the value stream and down the value stream from us. And let's not deceive ourselves that somehow starting our own business makes us independent, frees us from reliance on relationships. Of course not. When we leave an organization and set up our own business, we swap the hierarchies, the org charts of large organizations, and we swap all that for the relationship between customers, suppliers, partners, bankers, many other counterparties. We are never truly independent. And the relationship that you have between you and another person is the primary driver of your success as a communicator. And communication, of course, means pretty much everything you do, whether that's communicating verbally as I am now, or sending Slack messages or writing emails. The success of every communication depends on the quality of your relationship, the pre-existing quality of your relationship. So whether you're in class, and that's your frame of reference, or thinking already about work, assess for yourself the quality of your relationships with the people who are sitting around you now, with the people who you think of as your direct reports, your peers, your supervisor, your stakeholders, anybody in your professional networks. And your relationships is going to be the primary driver of your success in any professional interaction, whether that's a one-to-one meeting, a group meeting, making a presentation, giving a speech, negotiating, brainstorming, problem-solving, decision-making. I can give you all sorts of tips to be successful in each of those scenarios. But I don't want to overvalue those tips. You'll learn a lot on a conflict management course, or a change management course, or a negotiation skills course. All very valuable stuff. But the primary driver of your success as a communicator, as a professional, is the relationship you have with that other person or persons before you go into that meeting, whether it's to do conflict management, negotiation, change management, brainstorming, whatever it might be. It's the relationship. And that relationship can rather hold you back, or it can accelerate your progress. And of course, if you're in a group, you'll have different qualities of relationship with different members. So that's really driving us towards a pretty clear conclusion. If relationships are the medium for your influence, focus time on building relationships. Don't wait until you need a relationship. It's too late when you're about to go into a conflict discussion. You're going to go into a decision-making meeting. You're seeking to influence somebody, to persuade somebody that your way is the right way. Now it is too late to build a relationship with that person. The opportunity has passed already. There are many versions of this wise old saying, but let me say it again. The best time to start building a relationship was 10 years ago. The second best time is now. Don't wait until you need it. Build the relationship now. It's much easier to start to build a relationship before the crunch comes. And of course, there is never enough time. So you might foresee there are 10, 20, 100 or more stakeholders in your professional life that it would be really useful to have a relationship with. Well, you have to budget your time, and that means prioritizing. That means looking down that list of stakeholders and prioritizing the ones that are most likely to be helpful to you, helpful to your project, helpful to your team. who you might have to rely on, who you might have to come into conflict with to move the agenda forward. So do that work now, and you decide how much bandwidth you have, how many relationships you can build in that time. As an aside, I would say you'll probably find that some of those top, highest priority relationships you're going to start building, you'll also be able to leverage those to help you with some folks who are lower priority on your list that you don't have time to build deep relationships with. Work, leadership, influence, communication. All of these things are relational activities. Your relationships are the delivery mechanism for your influence. So, one last time, build relationships.